want some good weather when they're down there.
Yes,
playing.
and Russ, I think we've got it for you. You know, today is the last Friday of summer. This is the last weekend of summer. Fall starts 1 week from today, and we did pretty good with our temperatures today. Right now it's 83 degrees, and if you're one of the few, and there's probably only a few of you who thought it wasn't very nice out today, it could be worse. Garden City, Kansas, the hot spot around the whole country today. Kansas, the hot spot. That's unusual, 93 degrees. And I love 83 degrees when I look at this. It's 37 in West Yellowstone, Montana. That's about as close as you can get to Wyoming. In that little dip in the state of Montana, it's 37 degrees. I don't like 37 in January, let alone September, so hopefully they're bundled up there. Not only do we have comfortable temperatures, the humidity was okay today, and we are generally dry. Just a few specks of green along the coast today, and our temperatures in the 80s, from 80 in Roxborough to 83 in Raleigh to 87 in Fayetteville. Same 80s along the coast with some 70s and 60s up in the mountains right now. Now that sounds like fall to me. And as we head into tonight, you can probably leave the jackets at home and the umbrella at home. We're going to keep it dry as we'll drop down to 77 at 8. Mid-70s at 10. We'll drop through the low 70s and upper 60s overnight. And if you're up and at 'em early tomorrow morning, 65 is how your weekend starts. But there could be a little bit of patchy fog. The leftovers of Irma that we've been talking about forever, it seems like, right? Still kind of there. I mean, if you really wanted to get technical with me, we could find it up there by New England. So that's moving out. So we've got high pressure in this weekend, but it's not a strong high pressure. It's weak, which means there's going to be a few clouds sliding in. There might be a speck of rain sliding in. So let's talk about what that could look like. Pick it up late tonight when, again, we'll still have those clouds, but dry weather. Here we are Saturday morning, so if you're out for garage sales or shopping or practice, we expect dry weather. But again, some of us might have a little bit of fog. And then we'll keep it dry with partly cloudy skies till the middle of the afternoon. That's when we're going to see some rain along the coast, some rain, and then a couple of those showers might sneak in here. But then they're gone quickly Saturday night. So I've got a 10% in Saturday, same thing on Sunday. We've got college football in town this weekend. Tar Heels are out of town. State hosts Furman up from Greenville, South Carolina at 12:20. Weather looks good there. Duke's hosting Baylor in from Waco, and ECU is hosting Virginia Tech a little later in the afternoon. That's where we might get a sprinkle. Otherwise, the games here in the Triangle should be dry. And the big story in the tropics today, Jose is a hurricane once again. The hurricane hunters heading home after investigating the system. And I kind of suspected, not only by looking at what they were sending out, but they only made a couple passes through the eye. They found that it's a hurricane again, 75 miles per hour. And it's moving to the northwest at 10. So the direction's going to be important because obviously if it keeps going northwest, it'll run into the United States. Now that's not going to happen, but what is going to happen, it's eventually going to turn to the north. We think tomorrow, where it will weaken, continue to move up the coast as a Category 1 hurricane, being closest to North Carolina sometime Monday into Tuesday, but only about 220 miles away. So no major impacts, but we will have some higher surf and some rip currents along the coast Monday and Tuesday. So beware of that if you're heading in that direction. And that's not all. We've still got Tropical Depression 14 and another tropical wave that has a 90% chance of developing way out there. So we're not worried about those. But if they do get names, we're already on the L and M storm, Lee and Maria. But again, no major concerns here. If you're headed to the coast, just keep an eye on the surf. Meanwhile, your 7-day forecast, guys, has us pretty much in the mid-80s for the next 7 days. We've got those specks of green I talked about tomorrow and Sunday, and then a 20% chance of rain on Monday. Otherwise, that's a pretty good 7-day as we wrap up summer 2017.